And so 1998 Olympia rolls around. Everybody's saying Flex gonna win, you know, and we get to the show. They calling out Flex, NASA, Kevin, Sean. I'm like, oh man, here we go again. All I want to do is make the top 5 and I'll be okay. Well, somewhere along the line, they started calling me out.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, thanks for looking up. I might have a chance to make this top 5.
Right.
Well, I can remember like it was yesterday. I'm like, you know, we standing there, all 6 of us on stage, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to be called 6. I mean, I'm like, God, please don't let me be called 6. They called out 6th place, and it wasn't me. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And I'm like, okay, I got 5th, you know. I've accomplished my dream. Did what I always wanted to do, make the top 5. 5th place call, it wasn't me. I'm like, wait a minute now.
Uh-oh.
Something going on here. 4th place call, it wasn't me. I'm like, oh, man. Every time it came time for a name to be called, I'm expecting to hear my name. All the way up to me and Flex standing on stage.
You and Flex standing on stage. I remember like yesterday.
And I knew in my heart that I was going to get 2nd place because they already said Flex was going to win.
Right.
So I'm thinking the whole time they going to call Flex name for 1st. And I can remember like yesterday, they called out Flex name for 2nd. And I'm like, and called me out for 1st. I'm like, oh man, they done made a mistake. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, they wouldn't make a mistake that big. And I hit the floor.
Yep.
And I was out, pretty much out cold. I fainted just like that. Wow. And the only thing I remember was Vicky coming on stage and helping me get off that floor. And I didn't know I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know I was down on the floor that long until I watched the tape. Flex came over and said something to me. Chris came over and said something to me. I ain't heard a word.
You don't remember none of that?
I don't remember none of that. And when I got up, I'm like, oh man, I don't want the Olympia. This is the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I woke up the next morning, I'm so nervous. I ain't looking at a mirror. I don't even see myself. And every time I got close to a mirror, I would look away. I remember backstage, I'm like, I don't want to see how I look because I know I look pretty bad after seeing myself last night. So I avoided all mirrors that whole entire morning, the whole entire day, actually. I didn't know how I looked until the pictures came out in the magazine.
Wow.
Yeah, back then we didn't have camera phones.
No, you didn't have camera phones. But Ronnie, you know, being backstage, and I've been backstage and seeing you guys at the Olympia and the Arnold, but guys know, like, damn.